Welcome back, folks. I'm Jake Ellenbogen, and today we are going to be doing another prospect scouting report, preview, whatever you want to call it, video on Emeka Egbuka from Ohio State, another wide receiver. If you missed it, we did one on Jaden Higgins. You definitely need to check out. I think he's a really good fit, but this is a completely different receiver. So instead of talking about the X receiver position and how important that would be for the Rams, and really going out and getting somebody that can stretch the field, high point the football, win that contested 50-50 catch, you're talking about a different player, a guy who primarily operated out of the slot in Egbuka. And, I think when you look at Emeka Egbuka, this is a guy that is really well coached coming out of Ohio State. Brian Hartline, of course, the wide receivers coach there. A lot of people know him. He played, in the NFL for a while. And of course, he's, highly regarded as one of the best wide receivers coaches in the country. But when you talk about just Ohio State and who they've brought in the league, guys like Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave, just to name the last two that have really showed up and showed out, it's hard to really go up against and bet against one of these Ohio State wide receivers. And of course, Jeremiah Smith at some point, who's really young, he's going to end up being a really big time wide receiver in all likelihood. So we're going to get into Egbuka and what he brings to the table. Does he make sense for the Rams? And if you're not a Rams fan, we're just going to be talking about him from a perspective. We are going to be going over the tape against Michigan State. The reason I chose this specific film is because Michigan State is a game that I think really showcases his blocking ability, probably more than any game. And really kind of shows everything that you're really looking for to evaluate when it comes to Egbuka. So before we dive into that, just want to let you guys know that today's sponsor is BetUS. You can get a 150% bonus match and 125% on your following two if you're signing up today using that code YouTube150. So if you're looking for a sports book, you're getting ready for the MLB season, or coming off these all-star games in the NHL, the NBA, March Madness is around the corner, be sure to check out BetUS, who is today's sponsor. All right, guys. So just real quick before we get into, of course, that, the film and everything, we're going to do the rundown. Okay. This is a 3-year starter at Ohio State, two-sport athlete, in case you didn't know, coming out of high school in football and baseball. He's a 5-star wide receiver recruit compared to Juju Smith-Schuster coming out of high school, and was projected right away as a first-round pick out of college by 24/7 Sports coming out of high school. Well, got to give it to him. He's really held up that end of the bargain, and I'd be shocked if he fell out of the first round. He's listed at 6'1", 205. We'll see how tall and how big he really is, but that's what he's listed at. 22 currently. He'll be 23 years old in October. He finished college with a 122.6 targeted passer rating, which is very, very good. He generated 118 first downs and a 52.5% contested catch rate, which is really good considering he's a slot receiver and he's not a 6'4", 6'5", go up and get it type of football player. He played predominantly, though, in the slot. And this brings me to my point on Jaden Higgins. If you're looking for an X receiver, if you're looking for a guy that can win on the outside, that can box out defenders, he's like a power forward going for a rebound, that is your guy in Jaden Higgins. That is not your guy in Egbuka. Egbuka only has 235 reps on the outside. Okay, he's played predominantly in the slot, 731 snaps in the slot. His pros, what does he bring to the table? He's an ideal slot receiver. So if you're looking for a slot receiver, or you're looking for a Z receiver, whatever, you're trying to find a guy that maybe isn't that field stretcher, but is a guy that can win after the catch, all those things, he does that very well. He's a very nuanced route runner, creates separation with ease. I'll say this, if you're looking to bet on a receiver to make it at the next level, I really feel like the smartest bet since I've started doing this, I pick up on different trends and I change, kind of the way I look at things. For instance, 40 time doesn't really matter as much as, people would have you believe. A lot of these guys play a lot faster than their 40 times in shorts and a t-shirt, but that's neither here nor there. Another thing I would say is that separation is a big deal. If your wide receiver at the college level is not separating and say he catches everything thrown his way, he might not do that at the next level. What's a good example of this? Take that one play, week 17, it's Cam Curl one-on-one with Trey McBride at the end of the game. McBride is one of the best tight ends in football, dominated that game, but when push came to shove, quite literally, Cam Curl disrupted his flow. He jammed him out of his break, and he was unable to get his head around, and so the ball went right off his helmet, and then, of course, Akella Witherspoon caught it, and the Rams won. But that is a really good example here because when you're looking to bet on a receiver whether or not he's going to make it, okay, if he's not generating the separation, but he's catching everything, that's at the college level. What's going to happen when you're going up against more physical, you're going up against stronger defensive backs that can just knock you out of focus? They can knock you out of your rhythm. That's what's going to happen. And we've seen that now. You know, we've seen different guys like Treylon Burks and, I would probably say the guy that the Patriots drafted over DK Metcalf, whose name is totally escaping me. I feel like when you look at those guys, N'Keal Harry, why did those guys not work out or maybe haven't worked out at the level you were expecting? I think therein lies the problem. I'm not saying if you can separate in college, you're good. You don't have to worry about anything else because some guys have issues with concentration drops and, redirects and reading a defense and knowing where, to sit in the soft spot in the zone, finding it, sitting down, making contested catches here and there when you have to, being smart enough to, withstand the knowledge of an NFL playbook. I mean, so many different things, but you can bet on separation more than just about any trait as long as they can catch the football. And guess what? Egbuka does that. So natural hands receiver, only 10 drops and 244 targets, only 3 in 2024. This is somebody that had a devastating leg injury in 2023 and really kind of bounced back from it. And you saw it in a big way in 2024. He improved his contested catch rate. 58.8. He caught 10 of 17 contested catches in 2024, which is really good. He's got this natural skill to win after the catch. I always talk about ankle flexion. He positions himself well upfield. As he completes the catch process, he's already churning upfield and he's, able to make guys miss in space. So the leap he's taken in 2024, I think really does matter, especially coming off with the injury. He can dominate in the screen game. If you like bubble screens, I know the Rams do, you will really like him because he can make plays. His vision, run after the catch ability, quicker than fast. Very high IQ football player, capable football player, finds the soft spot in the zone, redirects well in traffic. He's going to play until the whistle. Now, obviously, we know what that means for a guy that's rushing the passer or, whatever. But a guy that plays through the whistle as a wide receiver, what does that even mean? I like to call it that because it's a guy that will always try to find a way to get back to the ball if a quarterback is keeping the play alive. If quarterbacks work off script and they're totally off schedule, a wide receiver like that is going to know that they're off script, off schedule, and he is going to make a play, or he's going to do the best that of his ability to get himself in position to make a play. He's got great contact balance, keeps himself churning out the yards. He's going to move the chains. Great blocker. You're going to see that in this game, and it doesn't take long to see this guy knows how to block. He's not afraid to do it. Really like that ownership there in that area of his game. And that's something that, Higgins, I think, can improve on. He's got some things there that you can work with. This guy right away, you can tell he's very well coached as a blocker. He's a wicked consistent slot receiver. So he is going to have the tools to beat anybody off the line of scrimmage. He's quicker than fast, and he makes some incredible catches near the sideline or in the end zone. So he might not be the tallest receiver in the world. He might not be the biggest, but I'll tell you right now, he makes some crazy catches. You're talking one-handed, completely out of his catch radius, and he somehow comes down with it. The cons, right? The weaknesses. He lacks the elite game-breaking speed that maybe other slot receivers you would say have. Like I said, he has a leg injury on his resume, so that could scare some people away. He's not much of a field stretcher. I still think he's fast enough to play wide receiver in the league. People way overblow speed, but he's not going to be able to run those big time, deep ball plays. I mean, he could still probably run them, but that's not going to be his bread and butter. That's not his go-to. That's just the way it is. Limited usage on the outside. Like I said, it's going to make him less versatile, pretty much going to be a slot receiver at the next level. He's not a guy to high point the football and, make that catch. He is an improved contested catch receiver, but he's not a guy that's going to go and play above the rim, if you will. And the last thing I'll say here is his comparison. When I watch this guy, it is very easy to see who he reminds me of. And if you watch him, you'll see the same thing. It is Robert Woods, who was just with the Houston Texans. He spent time with the Titans. And of course, he played for the Rams and the Bills. He made a name for himself on the LA Rams. He was part of that first wave of Rams receivers, of that Rams offense, was Sean McVay. And you could see right away his ability yards after the catch, whether he won in the screen game, he won quick slants over the middle, he could play in the slot, he could play on the outside. I think he had a little bit more versatility and obviously a little bit more speed maybe than Egbuka, but I see a lot of similarities. The way he, brings the catch into his body after he has made the catch with his hands, the way he blocks, the willingness to make plays after the catch, constantly trying to come back to the football and make a play, not giving up on a play, being able to move on the fly if a quarterback is playing outside of structure. Those are things that I really see when it comes to him. You don't have the explosive game. Robert Woods was underrated because he had that 3rd and 33 against the Giants. He turned it into a touchdown, and he had the 90-yard touchdown bomb against the Texans. So this guy could run. I think Egbuka is getting slept on as far as his speed. He's not a burner, but if he runs a 4.5, Robert Woods ran a 4.5. And you know what? I don't even care about the 40 times speed because it tells me he's got enough speed on tape to work with. So this is my comp. There are other people that would say things like Amon-Ra St. Brown, nuanced route runners that can only really operate in the slot but have made a name for themselves. That is the thing. If you heard he's just a slot guy and blew him off, well, I hate to break it to you, you're not in tune with today's NFL. Anyone can work in this league if they find ways to get open, make plays after the catch, and don't drop a football. And guess what? Egbuka is one of those players, very nuanced route runner. He's going to find a spot in this league, and I think he's going to be a very consistent receiver. But without further ado, let's get into the tape with Emeka Egbuka on the Ohio State Buckeyes taking on Michigan State's defense. All right, so we're going to start off here. I think you can see right away, there's Jeremiah Smith in motion. Egbuka's over there, so not really much he could really do. That's kind of a reach block that's kind of out of his zone there. Let's take a look at this. Could he have done more? We'll see. So it's a quick slant, and yeah, this is just a reach block that's kind of, it's just a really nice play. Sometimes you just got to tip your cap to the other side. But yeah, you got Emeka here, and you're going to see him here a lot. Now, this is interesting because this is going to have Jeremiah Smith come over here to the right side. He's going to catch this on kind of like this swing. And look at the positioning you see right away with Egbuka. This is what I'm talking about. His ability this is still a run block, by the way, because he's going to get this ball, and this is basically a run play. And look at the way he has framed himself. This is just great. And you're going to see the blocking. This is Robert Woods-esque, because watch this. Now, a really talented player in Smith, who's probably going to be a first-round pick someday, maybe a top 15 pick. Look at this block by Egbuka, and he gets right by him. And then he's going to still make plays after the catch. So there are things like that where right off the rip, you haven't even seen this guy play as a receiver yet. This is just blocking. And you can see why there's already a comparison there with Robert Woods. Now, here he is right here. You're going to see it. And Egbuka just does a really nice job. He holds his own. This is not a hold, by the way. This is just a really nice block. He completely takes him out of the play. Look at this. Completely took him out of the play. And that guy has no chance to make that. And I think he ends up making the tackle, actually, which is, by the way, you have that ability, like totally made that guy miss, but then this guy runs back over. That's just good hustle by 15. You tip your cap to guys like that, but that's a great job blocking downfield. You love to see that. All right, now we're going to see here Egbuka once again blocking. And he kind of just flattens that guy. There wasn't really much there. 15, man. He's got some fire. All right, we're gonna see this again. So you got 88. I believe that's their tight end there. So yeah, 88. There's Egbuka blocking. And he's trying to catch the corner here. He dumps him. I mean, just absolutely levels 15. 15's a dog. I mean, right off the rip, you know, you've already seen it, but so is 2. And that's the thing. So then Egbuka's there. You're going to see right away, stutter step. And they don't go to him, but again, you know, you see right off the rip, he's a good route runner. He knew he was going over there, so he kind of slowed down, but all right. Now we got, I believe that's Egbuka there. No, that's Egbuka. There we go. Stutter step, doesn't throw to him. There's a run play. We'll skip these unnecessary ones. Like last time, I think I did too much time on the other. Nice stutter step. See, that easily could have been thrown to him over the middle. You watch here. Like, if Will Howard throws this ball, I mean, Egbuka would have kept running. There's nobody there. So, not hating on it. I mean, it's the decision's fine because you end up picking up the first down. But all right. So I believe that is Egbuka. Yeah. And he's going to get his first touch of the game, and right away he makes the guy miss and gets the first down. Or no, that wasn't Egbuka. I guess he wasn't in on this play. No, he was not in on this play. Okay. Okay, Egbuka's right here in the slot. It's one thing that I can't stand watching college as opposed to the NFL. See, Stafford is probably holding on to this ball, and he's throwing, and this is probably a touchdown, but then we have like a quarterback keeper there, very college-esque, which I you know, that's the game. But anyway, here's Egbuka. And he is well, he wasn't open, but he kind of had, if there's a good throw put on him there, I think he comes down with that for what it's worth. Okay. So we got Egbuka there. Howard gets, he totally felt the pressure, just takes off and runs. All right, there's Egbuka. You can already see the ability in the screen game. No wasted effort, just, hey, gives it to him. Turns upfield. But watch how he turns upfield. Like, this might sound like just nitpicking to help him, but look at, he caught this with his back towards the first down marker and this guy, and he's already turned himself around, and it's just no wasted effort. Moves forward. There's a penalty, of course, but moves forward. Good stuff there. There's Egbuka. Nothing doing on that one. Okay. Egbuka's right there. See, like this play again, because you're going to see how he can just sit down. He's not afraid to take a hit. And look at how he's already positioning himself. There are some receivers, they'll take that ball into their chest. He's trying to not only take this ball, but look, he's already kind of trying to turn himself so he has a way to kind of get around this. There's nothing here, but I like the effort there. He's already secured the catch. He's already secured the yards. Let's see if I can get more. And he's not in on this play. Oh, I think he was. Yeah, he just dropped it. So, yeah, this is just a concentration drop by Egbuka. It's a, that needs to be caught. Not that it really does a hell of a whole lot. This guy's going to deck him, but, not ideal. And you will get a concentration drop or two from him, but he's not like, He's not dropping everything. Like I said, he's had 10 drops and over 200 targets. So and he only had 3. This is one of the only 3 that he had in 2024. There's Egbuka there. And you could see, I mean, they had him. I like this. Totally. The way they called this, you could just tell, I mean, he would have been wide open. All right. So there, I believe that is Egbuka right there. Oh, man. And you can see right away, this guy separates, man. Look there's a cushion there and a nice little cut, and he's already got this guy toasted. Nice throw by Will Howard. And this is what happens. I mean, this is open, folks. This is open. This is a back shoulder. Will Howard, maybe you want to put that ball out here, but this basically makes sure that you have 2 feet in bounds, secures the catch. And he's already trying to turn back upfield, spin around, and get more. That is Egbuka in a nutshell. All right, here he is. Where is he? Is he there? No, he's not in on this play. It's hard, man. Can't always see it. All right, he's not in on this play either. Oh, yeah, he is. He motioned out. Oh, yeah, he did. Look at that. Damn. You can see the blocking. This is what I mean where Higgins is willing. Jaden Higgins is willing. Egbuka wants to bury you 6 feet deep. Look at this again. Watch. He's over here. I mean, this is playing through the whistle. As a wide receiver, you love that. I mean, this guy came over and was like, hey, don't do that to my guy. Like, that's how. Look at this. Absolutely buries him. Football player. Like, that's the thing. Former football players in the coaching staff and just straight up coaches are going to love this guy because he does that and he has no regard for human life. Not bad for a slot receiver, huh? All right, that was just kind of a throwaway play there. Already kind of turning. So, I mean, he had Egbuka. Would he have gotten more with Egbuka? Hard to say. Don't have an issue with that. Good route by Egbuka, though. So there you have him here. There's another block. And nothing crazy, but not a bad block nonetheless. Okay. There he is in the slot. Nice touchdown. Oh, incomplete. Smith had it, and he lost it, I guess. Okay, so now we're back in the slot here. Here's Egbuka. Wins that with ease. Howard doesn't really want to go to this throw. I mean, Stafford probably throws this ball, but that's just... Yeah, he like, you could see he takes a gander over there, maybe. I mean, he's looking, and he just, I mean, is like, nah, I'm going to throw this ball. I don't know why, but all right. So there you got Egbuka again. Trying to get off that guy, and then... So that's a touchdown. But you can definitely see, this is a touchdown throw that like Stafford would hit, that most NFL quarterbacks would hit. It's not a knock on Will Howard. It's just letting you know that, like, well, you can't even see it on the screen. Egbuka's open. Like, he's open underneath. Or not underneath. He's open in the back of the end zone. Like, you see that throw in the NFL all day. I'm not saying this, 100% this makes him a bad quarterback. I am saying this is a throw. You layer it over this linebacker in the NFL. You got this guy going this way, and Egbuka did a nice job getting open in the back of the end zone. Like, that's a good rep by him. So I didn't want to gloss over that. All right. So I believe that's Egbuka there. Here he is getting ready in position to block. And how about that? Able to spring his man. So watch this again. So he's going to get himself, you see, there he is at the point of attack there. And again, like, this is good blocking. It's also willing. Like, not everybody wants to do this, but he knows this is a job. I got to do this. Dude, he goes down, and look at this daylight. I mean, obviously he catches up, but that doesn't always happen if you don't have a blocker. Okay, here we are again. Egbuka. And this is just a run. There's Egbuka again. The slot. Again, you see, he's pretty much only lining up in the slot. Okay. There he is right there. That was just, I have no idea what Will Howard is doing there. I don't think he's supposed to get the ball on this. I think this should have been like, I would like to see him, if I'm being nitpicky, I'd like to see him run over and chase him down, but still not a good throw. Okay. There's Egbuka. Not thrown to there. You also see the pacing of his route running. He's not trying to, blast off the line of scrimmage right away. Although he's not playing on the line of scrimmage. But you get my point. Like, out of the slot, he's not trying to blast off the line of scrimmage. He's feeling it out. Then he can kind of accelerate. He's not going to burn you over the top or anything like that. He's not like a Tyreek Hill. But he can beat you if he paces out his route well enough. He can beat you by surprise. Man, look at that explosion. All right. There's some motion. There's Egbuka coming across. Ooh, look at that block there, man. This is what I'm talking about. Who does that look like? Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, Demarcus Robinson. This is the type of stuff Sean McVay uses. Watch this again. Comes over right away. He's like a pulling guard, but it's a wide receiver. And he just knocks 27 on his ass, and that's a really nice pickup. And you see this on film, and this is why I picked this specific game, because it has a lot of these. Look at, again, blocking. And this ends up being a touchdown. How does this end up being a touchdown? Watch this again. Here's Egbuka. Okay, his willingness in the blocking game. Look at the framing here. So this is an end around, and Egbuka has this guy boxed out, and there you go. And look at where this end around, look at where this goes. This reverse goes right through this gap here, right through this hole that is created because if he does not block his man, if he doesn't get his hands on this guy, this is going to be a tackle. This definitely doesn't turn into a touchdown. I love the play call by Ohio State, but you got to give a lot of credit to Egbuka here, who, again, look at the mirroring, the framing, then the block, the willing block, keeping himself, making sure he's not blocking in the back. That's a big thing, folks. You don't want to see him shove a guy in the back. I shouldn't have to tell you guys this. You probably already know. But you don't want to see him shove him in the back because then the penalty is going to drop. You already have an explosive play. You can already tell. Look at the seas have parted. But if you shove him in the back, that's going to be a bad call. But however, he keeps himself, knows what he's doing, holds off after he starts to see the back of the jersey, holds off, knows he did his job, and boom, touchdown, Buckeyes. And those are just the things you love to see. And again, like, it's just right here. Like, if he doesn't do his job, this looks easy, but it's not easy if guys don't do their job. Other guys help too, but we're talking about Egbuka, who's right here. You can't see him, but okay. There he is again. They do use him like a decoy quite a bit. Okay, there he is. There's more blocking. They didn't go that way, but the willingness to block like that is just something that really stands out to me. That's what I'll say. I don't even think he was on this play. Oh, no, he was. He's lined up out wide on this one. He's open. Did he drop it? I can't even tell. Wow. So he only had 3 drops the whole season, and 2 of them came in this game. Got to hold on to that. He was open there. Doesn't go to him. Kind of a wild decision there. Throw that. Oh. That was crazy. He almost held that on. So this is what he can do. Now, he didn't come down with this catch, but watch. This is kind of wild. This shows you what Egbuka can do. Okay. So you see him right here. Right here. Now watch this. It's going to be a hesitation, little hesitation step. Watch how he just knifes his way into this path. That's separation, man. He was holding on to him, and he still got that separation. And Howard's going to throw this thing. It's going to be out of reach. Tries to make one-handed catch. He has done that before. And you watch again here. A better ball, and that's a touchdown. That's an easy touchdown. So really good stuff by Egbuka to find his way open in the end zone. This is on the same drive. You dropped that pass where you're wide open. So you already like his ability, short memory, move on to the next play. And there he had some hand-fighting physicality off the line of scrimmage. All right. So here we are. I don't even think he's on this one here. Yeah, I don't think that might be him. Yeah, that is him, I think. 4 made the catch. Okay. See the bubble screen again. Keeps his legs churning, picks up 5. Some people will be like, I want more than that. Well, sometimes that's just the way it goes. See right there, tries to make a guy miss, then pushes the pile a little bit. All right. I believe that is 2. Yes, it is. But they ran the ball, so who cares? All right. So right here, you got him. Blocking. They run the other side. Right here. Nothing doing there. Man, Michigan State started picking it up, even though they're down 24-7. Okay, he's right there. Let's see. Oop. Skeets by. They end up running the football. I believe that's him. Right there. Look at how smooth he was. Oh, that was a hell of a catch by Egbuka. Watch this again. So he's really smooth running out of his break here. Watch this. That steep cut. He's going this way, and he said, nope. Look at how much freaking separation he's got on this guy. That's a lot of separation. And then Will Howard throws it. He has to make kind of a crazy play. I'm not saying it was a bad throw, but I mean, look at that. Crazy catch. Secures the catch. Love to see that. There he is again. kind of being held a little bit. There's Egbuka right there. Once again, blocking. I really enjoy watching this guy block. I mean, look at this. So you got the shuffle steps, and then he's going to do his best to mirror. Watch. See how it's just everything is done in a way. There's no false step being had here. Look at where he ends up just perfectly aligned with 4. Like, this is great blocking fundamentals. That's just, I mean, to have that as a wide receiver, that is a tool in your arsenal, let me tell you. So here he is, I believe, right here. Doesn't get the ball thrown to him. And you got him right there. Once again, just keep going to him. And you got your touchdown. And this is what he can do. Egbuka is just not to be trifled with, man. Because over the course of the game, he's going to find his way. And, I mean, if they just threw the ball to him more, I mean, that's the thing. Ohio State has so many damn receivers. I mean, like I said with Smith, who pretty much capped off their championship on that go route. Which, by the way, if you didn't know, Egbuka, who is a student of the game, he's very talented, he's very smart. He's the one that said, hey, you know, this guy's I think it was, he said he's playing inside leverage. I think you can beat him on a go ball. So they all sat down on the sideline, him, Will Howard, Jeremiah Smith, and he's like, you should throw to Jeremiah on that go ball because this guy's playing inside. And sure enough, he's playing inside, beats him on the outside. And, yeah. I don't know if you guys saw that video, but that's just kind of what you're getting out of Egbuka. Just a really, really smart, heady player. And this play shows it to you. I mean, just right away, very smooth. Doesn't create a ton of separation there. This is not the worst throw either. It's kind of thrown a little bit down, though. And he keeps his balance. He's able to kind of pull away from that guy, break that tackle, stiff arm that guy, and stays on his feet, scores a touchdown. And again, he's not the most explosive. He's not the tallest. He's not the fastest. But those type of plays in the NFL, man, they can be deadly. And death by 1,000 paper cuts, man, this guy can really cut up a defense. So really at this point, the game is pretty much a blowout at this point. They're just kind of taking over. You see here, Egbuka, yeah. So that's kind of what I wanted to show you guys. Did they say he stepped out of bounds? That must have been it. All right. So here's Egbuka in motion. We'll wrap it up with this. Ooh, that's a block. Damn. Watch this again. Watch this again. That's like he just shoves this guy. So his quarterback can waltz in the end zone. Watch this. You can't even see it from there. That's kind of disappointing. Yeah, watch right here. Boom. Yeah. So I mean, Egbuka's fun, man. He's got a fun skill set. He's a fun player to watch. He's a willing blocker. He's exciting. You know. Yeah, now I think you got your backups in. You got quarterback number 33 is in. So, yeah, Egbuka's out. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you guys think about Egbuka. I think he's definitely a first-round talent. He's probably one of my favorite receivers in this draft. He is the most obvious candidate. If there was a superlative for wide receivers this year, the most likely to be slept on, it's him. People are going to read too much into his 40 time. People are going to read too much into maybe he's not the tallest or fastest or whatever, and they're going to miss out on a damn good wide receiver. There's no reason this guy can't be like Robert Woods or Amon-Ra St. Brown or some of these guys that have won with route running, nuance, and high football IQ and knowing where to be at the right time and keeping yourself on the field because you're a great blocker and you're a better blocker than half the guys on your team. That's the thing. he is going to be so hard for a coach to pull off the field for whatever reason, because he does so many different things that are reliable. Like, that guy's blocking better than most guys in the NFL at that position. So I think you got a really good player here. Is he going to end up being a Pro Bowler, all-pro guy? That remains to be seen. But I think first off, if you're looking at the Rams right now and you're looking at Puka Nacua and Jordan Whittington, he's worth moving Puka Nacua to the X, having him play on the outside, and just put in Egbuka in this offense. Because I'll tell you right now, does everything that a Sean McVay wide receiver needs to do, being coached by Eric Yarber after being coached by Brian Hartline, who's one of the best wide receiver coaches in college, to then be one of the best wide receivers coaches in the NFL, if not the best wide receiver coach in the NFL. That would be crazy. He's so smart. Like, this guy, to me, if he's available at 26, I do think the Rams would heavily consider picking him. And keep in mind, they've never really told us that they're going after an X receiver. They've never told us what type of receiver they're going after. They just told us that they're moving on from Cooper Kupp. That's all we know. And we also know that there's only 2 wide receivers on this roster, unless you're including their return man, Xavier Smith. And that's the case. So they could very well add a player like this. I think Higgins is probably a better fit, especially if you're looking for the X. But I think if you're looking to bet on a guy that's going to win more times than not, it's Egbuka, and you get him a Matthew Stafford throwing him the football, and he can be absolute fireworks. So, again, fireworks in its own sense. He is not Tyreek Hill. Let's not mistake him for Tyreek Hill, but if he runs a 4.5, that's not a bad time. And the Rams are going to have GPS tracking and all that data that matters more. I trust their scouting department, and I think at the end of the day, when you look at a guy like this on tape and you see the way he's always kind of positioning himself to make that block, and then, of course, you know, the way he is pacing throughout his breaks and yards after the catch ability, this guy just screams to me that he would fit in that type of offense. I'm not saying he screams Rams like Jordan Whittington did, where I like kind of knew that he was going to be a Ram. When I was looking at him, I'm like, oh, he'll be there in the 6th or 7th round and they can take him. And like, that makes total sense. They have that connection to Texas. This one to me is just, they've already watched the tape. They are going to look at this football player and say, this guy's smart. He played at a winning program. He played at the highest level. He played at his highest level, at the highest level. He wins in a multitude of ways. He's going to help our football team be better. And most importantly, he represents what it means to be an LA Ram. We talk about all the time, Sean McVay, Les Snead have a definition, have a mantra of what it means to be a Los Angeles Ram. When you look at Emeka Egbuka, you see a lot of those traits. So those are my thoughts. Let me know in the comment section below how you guys feel about Emeka Egbuka. These videos will kind of slow down because I am going on vacation, but I will be ramping these up in March. So if you enjoy these, be sure to smash that like button. Let me know you enjoy it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Once again, this has also been brought to you by BetUS. YouTube 150 is the code. If you're looking for a sports book, make sure it's BetUS, and always be sure to bet responsibly. Take care, folks. Later. All right, guys. So once again, just want to let you guys know that you can check out my new side project, The Lounge. I interview athletes, musicians, actors, actresses, all the 9. So definitely check it out over on the Lounge with Jake Ellenbogen channel. Be sure to subscribe and enjoy. In case you guys haven't noticed, I do have a Discord channel for my community on this channel. And if you want to be a part of it, it is free. The link is in the description below. You can sign up. This is basically a 24/7 Rams channel, and we are almost at 1,100 members. So if you want to be a part of it, just hit the link in the description below.